Hello! For today's video, we're going to be doing a getting to know you tag. I've done a ton of stuff about pregnancy, how my pregnancy is going, trying to conceive, all of that, but I figured it'd be fun to do a video that's just kind of about me and some facts about me and some of my hobbies and things I like and don't like. So stay tuned to learn a little bit more about who I am and my life outside of my pregnancy journey. As I film this, I have my laptop. I'm going to be looking down sometimes at the screen to look at all my questions and refer to them. If you see me looking down, that's what's going on. First one, and I'll put all these questions in the description. If you are interested in doing your own tag, let me know. I'd love to see them. What was the best vacation you ever took and why? I've taken a lot of vacations, which I'm very lucky. But I'd say that my best ones were going to Disney World. That we used to go as a family to Disney World, which is in Florida. A lot growing up. My mom was really into Disney and we liked it because of that. And it was just always really magical. It was fun. It was a good time as a family. It has a good variety of things to do, like rides, relaxing. We'd go swimming at the pool. We'd watch movies in the room. We'd do all kinds of things. So it was just a fun family vacation that I look back on a lot. Next one is, would you say you are more of an extrovert or an introvert? I'd definitely say introvert. I know sometimes on videos it seems like I'd be more extroverted because I can talk to a phone, but that's because it's a phone and not because it is people. That I do really well one-on-one and in small groups, but when it's like a big group of people, I get very nervous and I do not do well with that. So definitely more introverted. What was the last TV show you binge watched? Last week I had a day off of work and I watched all 9 episodes of Squid Game. I don't know if you've seen that yet. If you have, let me know because my family hasn't seen it and I want to talk about it. But I watched all 9 episodes. I watched it originally because I've been seeing people talk about it and I wanted to be able to know what they were talking about. And then I just ended up watching the entire thing. So I thought it was good. It's definitely not my usual type of show that I watch, so it was unusual that I watched it all, but watched 9 hours of it in one day. I think I liked it. Are you into podcasts or do you only listen to music? I'm really not a podcast person. My husband loves podcasts. He listens to them all the time, every day, and I would much more prefer music. If I was listening to a podcast, I like to actually look at something, like watching a YouTube video. If people put their podcasts on there, I'll watch it that way, but just like listening to them talk, I don't like that. It's not my thing. Do you have a favorite holiday? Definitely Christmas. I love Christmas. I love the season leading up to Christmas. I love the build up, all the activities that come with it, which is one of the reasons I wanted to do videos like this because I love so many of the traditions and things that we do and I want to be able to remember them and start our own new traditions now that baby's coming. If you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be? This is a very difficult question. If I could pick a category of foods, it would be Italian foods because I love Italian foods, pastas, any kind of thing like that. I'm all about it. So I guess I would say like a pasta, if that's specific enough, because you can change that a lot of different ways. But I also am a huge fan of chocolate. So if I couldn't eat chocolate, I'd probably have a hard time with that. What's your favorite sleeping position? Usually I would say on my stomach. I sleep on my stomach kind of like in a starfish shape with my arms up and my legs kind of like sprawled apart, which my husband hates because it takes up a lot of room. But now that I'm pregnant, I can't lay on my stomach. So right now it's on my right side because that's all I can do. But usually I'm definitely a stomach sleeper. Are you a fan of musicals? Why or why not? I'm a big fan of musicals. I love them. I've seen a lot of the major ones, even some of the smaller ones, and I love going with my family. We were really into musical theater and shows and plays and all of that kind of artsy stuff growing up. I have some family members who do like musicals and theater and productions as their job, and I love it. I think it's so cool, and I love to sing musicals in the car, especially on long trips, so definitely a fan. What's the phone app you use the most? This is a tough one because I use a lot. I am on my phone a lot. I would probably say TikTok because I get stuck scrolling on TikTok a lot and don't realize how much time has passed sometimes. But I do use Instagram quite a bit. I don't post as much on there, but I'm getting better about it. And I do use Facebook. I don't really post stuff on Facebook, but I'm in some groups on Facebook for people that are due in March. And I've like researched things and answered questions on there. And I've really liked that because then it's people who are pregnant in the same time frame as me and can relate to each other. So TikTok probably, but with the other two sprinkled in. If you could have any exotic animal as a pet, which would it be? I don't know if this is exotic, but I would really love to have an alpaca. I think alpacas are so cute and they just look adorable. Their hair like is really soft. I don't think they're like cuddly or super friendly or anything, but I just think they're so cute and they have like these goofy little grin. It's adorable. So if I could have one of those, I'd love to, but I live in the suburbs and there's no way I could have an alpaca in my yard. How do you enjoy spending your alone time? I thought this was kind of funny because when I thought about it, it's like interacting with people still, but digitally. So I'll go on Nameberry, which is a website where you can answer baby name questions. So I'll comment on forums of people looking for baby names. I'll go on TikTok and watch people's videos and comment on those. I'll watch YouTube, which is not really interacting as much, but still like seeing people. So I do a lot of social media and a lot of like typing behind a computer. That comes back to the introverted side of me. Even though that's kind of extroverted to be interacting with people still. I don't know, what do you think? Is that more introverted or extroverted? What's an essential part of your daily routine? I'm gonna say showering. I shower every single night before I get into bed. Sometimes I'll shower earlier in the day if I work out or if I like had a busy day at work, I'm all dirty and sweaty, I'll shower. But then I always shower again before I get into bed and go to sleep. And my husband just thinks it's crazy because he's like, if you're so exhausted, like you should just be able to go to bed and not have to shower. But I shower every single night. Even if I've showered during the day, I shower again before I go to bed. I just have to. Thought this one was interesting. How do you show kindness to others? Something that's really big for me is making sure everybody feels seen and heard. So I know in my videos, I try to respond to every comment and give everybody a response. On my TikTok, sometimes that's hard because there's a lot of comments and I get like in timeout for responding to too many because they think I'm spamming, but I'm just trying to respond to everyone because I know how it feels to be left out or to not be heard. So I try really hard to make sure other people around me feel heard and feel like I am listening to them. How often do you watch sporting events? Never. I'm not into sports. I do not like them. I don't enjoy watching them. I didn't even go when I was in college or when I had school sports teams. I did not go. I did not play sports growing up. I am not into it. The only sport that I've gone and attended in college was hockey, because I thought that one was fast-paced enough that I found it somewhat interesting, but I only went to maybe 2 or 3 games just because my friends were going and I went with them. I do not keep up with any sports or any teams. What did you major in college? I actually have 2 different degrees. My bachelor's degree is in elementary education. I was a teacher for a few years. Then I went back to school and got my master's degree in clinical mental health counseling. And I did do some counseling for a couple years as well. So combination of multiple jobs and degrees and experience. What is the most adventurous thing you've ever done? I think of 2 things. One, I studied abroad for 6 months when I was in college. I moved to the Netherlands and lived there for 6 months. I didn't know anybody. I wasn't going with any friends. I just went by myself. That was really adventurous of me to not know anyone. And it ended up being amazing and I made lots of great friends and it was a great experience. Similar thing, when I graduated college, I moved to Las Vegas. Didn't know anybody, didn't have any friends, just went on my own and made a lot of really close and great friends. So ended up being a good experience both times. All right, we're gonna make this the last one. What do you always have on in the background? I'm actually not one of those people that likes to have like TV shows or music or something playing in the background. Sometimes I just like it to be quiet when I'm working on something. But at night, I always have something on when we're falling asleep because my husband likes to fall asleep with the TV on. So I'll play something and then I usually turn it off after he falls asleep. But recently I've been watching Cutthroat Kitchen. If you watch Food Network, that one's a great one. And we've been rewatching How I Met Your Mother because that one's hilarious. So that's my go-to background noise when we're falling asleep at least. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Hopefully you learned a little bit more about me, some things I haven't talked about before, and some sides of me that you may not have seen. Comment down below something that we have in common or something that you noticed was a similarity between us. Figure out some connections here. And I'll be back with another video tomorrow. I hope you're enjoying, would somebody call it November-mess or something like that? I still don't know what this is called, but a video every day in November. I hope you're enjoying so far. Goodbye.